Hello. It's Friday. My God. TGIF. Where have we heard that before? Yeah. TGIF. Everybody knows what that means. That's the international language of, oh my God, it's Friday. Get me home. Yeah. Well, it's also, let's see if we can get me included in the artwork here. There we go. Hello. Yeah, I'm over here in right field, just right of middle. There's the middle, and there's the right, and there's the left. And you can see it's January 9th, it's Friday. Yep. This morning, the stock futures look like this. And right now, the Dow is running around 49,500. Can you imagine 49,500? I remember when it was 1,100, you know. Yeah. Well, it's 49,505. And I've been watching the Tesla. I happen to own a Tesla, or lease a Tesla, I should say, in all technicality. I have the exclusive use of a Tesla for 3 years, as long as I keep making the lease payments. Yeah, and I insure it, and so forth. Doesn't require much. Doesn't require any service, unless something happens. Drove the first car. Had a 10,000 mile per year lease, which we didn't drive it that many miles, but still it was about a little over 20,000 miles when we turned it in. How much service did we have? None. 4-letter word, N-O-N-E. No service. No oil changes. No filter changes. No service stops every 90 days or whatever these gasoline engines need these days, and any other service requirements. You know, the internal combustion engine served us well for, nearly 100 years, or maybe over 100 years, come to think of it. Since this is 2025, 1925, yeah, they had gasoline engines, yeah. So over 100 years, the ICE engine, internal combustion engine, ICE, ICE engines have served us well. It's time to move on. Horse and buggy served us well for the prior 100 years. Now it's time to go to electric motors, which are very efficient. They don't waste a lot of energy. They don't create a lot of heat, so they don't need radiators. ICE engines require a radiator. Why? Because they get so goddamn hot. Well, excuse me. Pardon that expression. They get so darn hot, they need a radiator. It's hot down here. The last thing we need is a radiator in the front of your car. Electric motors don't need radiators. They have instant energy. When you step down on the accelerator pedal, whoosh, you can take off with a nice, gentle ride. Or you can be a schlemiel and jam down the accelerator pedal and slam your head and all your passengers' head backward into the headrest. That's the kind of incredible power that you can get with an electric car with all-wheel drive, engine in the front, engine in the back, step on the accelerator. Oh my God. 5, 6, 700 horsepower. Whoosh! The stress on those wheels is terrific. Tesla specifically engineered the tire, the rubber, everything about the tread. Anybody that makes a tire for Tesla, meaning all the best tire companies, have to build the tire to Tesla specifications or don't bother. It's an exclusive requirement. Michelin, you want to make a Tesla tire, which they do, you build them like this, according to Tesla engineers' specifications. Yep. You can't go to Costco and go get a Tesla tire. Nope. No, not unless they special order it somehow. I actually don't know how that would be. You just, if you need a tire, tires, if you mistreat your car, tires can, expire. Pick up, we've never had a flat, they don't even have a spare tire. The tires are so good. Never had to rotate the tires. Never had to pull a nail out of the tire. Maybe I'm just lucky. I didn't need new tires when I turned in the lease car. Like most of these other cars, when you turn in the lease, oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Wilson, you need a new set of tires. Yeah, you bend over for another, $1,200, whatever. So, take care of your tires. There's so much power. A Tesla car looks so nice and da-da-da-da-da-da. Let me tell you, it's a monster. You can line up at a green light, you look over to the right, and you see, a Corvette, and he goes, vroom, vroom, vroom. And I go, I nod my head because electric motors don't go vroom, vroom, vroom. They just sit there quietly until you electrify them. And then it's nothing but power right from 0 RPM. Whereas the old Corvette, he's got to rev up the engine and pop the clutch. Yeah. Anyone that has driven a stick shift knows what that means. Or you can, gently apply the clutch until it engages. And it's like sandpaper on sandpaper. And all of a sudden it engages. All I have to do is press down. You don't have to jam down on the accelerator. I look over the other Corvette and just gently push down on the accelerator all the way to the bottom. And I see the Corvette in my rear view mirror. Okay? He can't keep up. No way. Because the 500 or 600 horsepower in the electric car is instantaneously available to the wheels. Whereas the 500 or 600 horsepower in an ICE engine, you got to get that up to like 3,700 RPM. Well, it's sitting there at like 1,000 RPM idling, right? And you got to get up to almost 4,000 RPM. That takes, a couple of seconds. Well, even 1 second, whatever. Meanwhile, I'm gone. Where'd he go? Yeah, I must admit, over the last 4 years, I've done that like 3 or 4 times. You got some wise guy pull up next to you, he revs his engine. I look around behind me to see if there's a a law enforcement officer or two, you know. And we're sitting there in the red light. We're waiting for it to go green. It goes green, and you know, Jimmy's. No, I go 0 to like 55, and then I let up, and I'm looking in the back of my rearview mirror. Oh yeah, Corvettes, Porsche, 911 Porsche. Forget it. They can't. They you know, it doesn't happen. They're like going through all. They're jerking the shift lever, and I can see him, you know, getting all rattled there. You know. Oh yeah, when I get to 55, I let up, and of course they speed ahead. But you know, I saw him in my rearview mirror the whole trip. You know, I'll go 0 to 55. He goes, I don't want to go past the speed limit on the road. You know, if it's a 55 mile an hour road, that's all I'm going. 0 to 55. Oh yeah, BMW, forget it. Porsche, forget it. Corvette, you know, you got all the wings and the this and the that and all those. Nope. No soap. Tesla is the boss of the road. Yeah. Well, that's all I'm going to say on that topic. Anyway, Dow is 49,514. Tesla is 447, up 11. We give no investment advice here, but I will say that where is it? It's happen to have a picture of what Tesla likes to call a cybercab. The bad news is that my friends from Electric, E-L-E-C-T-R-E-K, it's an electronic magazine, if you will. They're good folks there. They really, they boil it down into regular English when you read some of these reports. Whoops. And Electric found that there's a suspension notice on Tesla's trademark for the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, which cited an existing application. Would you believe you got all this folderol about the cybercab? They can't call it cybercab because a French beverage company, would you believe, called Unibev, owns the word cybercab. All this fancy schmancy factories and bad and boo and the baloney. Yep. We checked it out. They do not. So then these guys come up with this picture. Take a look at this. Where are we? Oh my God. Yeah. Oh yeah. Cyber nope. Nope, you can't call it cybercab. It is cyber nope. Oh my God, it's official. Tesla has blown it on two names for its proposed self-driving ride-hailing vehicles. Robo-taxi and cybercab. Nope. Cybercab is over. They'll have to come up with some new names. Or bend over and pay Unibev, a few $1 million. Do it right away. Don't let this fester. Because the longer it goes, Unicab's gonna it'll go to 10 million real quick. See if you can get lucky at 5 million. Or it's going to be cyber nope. These people are so creative. Oh my God, cyber nope. That's terrible. Yep. That's. It seems like we're going to have to do a print screen on CyberNope. It's too cute. Too cute. We'll just go right there. We'll crop it there. CyberNope. That is disgusting. That is absolutely terrible. Oops, we got to get rid of that. That's it. You see it right there, live and in color. CyberNope. Oh, I didn't do it right. Somehow. Nope. The dope did the nope. Gotta do it again. Excuse me. Print screen. Yeah, then we get rid of the captions down below. Get rid of the captions under. There we go. I almost cut off the cyber. There we go. Oops, sorry. We are outside the boundaries of your visibility. Now let's go to photos. And CyberNope. Where'd it go? Oh, I know where it is. It's in the front. Anyway, CyberNope. I don't know what, they got to fix that right away. Oh my God. They're supposed to go into manufacturing all these cybercabs in April. This is January, February, March. In 90 days, they're going to be making millions of these things. And they don't know what the hell to call it. So forget about, you spent all this money on cybercab. So you're going to have to, a French company just outsmarted your little fanny. So, pay them a bunch of money and get your name back. Buy them both back. Robotaxi and cybercab. Darn it. I think Robotaxi is not available because the courts found, or the jurisdiction that has to do with copywriting names. They said no, Robo and Taxi is too much in the marketplace, and it's like trying to patent the wheel. It's out there. It's everywhere. You can't all of a sudden do a copyright on that and then no one can use your name. No. Cybercab is a little unique, so fine. You can copyright that. Except for the fact that Unibev, UNIBEV, already has it. They beat you out by about 2 months. That's what I understand. If you look at the actual finalization of these things, Unibev thought of that name 2 months ago. Before Tesla actually filed their application. And they file them by time, date, year, second, nanosecond. And it wasn't like they slapped it down like 10 seconds before them. They ran faster to the... No. It was by a couple of months, which is, unfortunate. But so it's CyberNope. They should call it CyberDope. Mr. Smarty Pants got out, they're doing all this stuff with the software and bada boom, and what are they? Yeah, CyberDope. Oh, God. Anyway, the software is, the car, with this, because you got hardware, software, you got electric, blah, 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 Yeah, the actuators for the steering wheel, and all you do is on the right side you have the stalk where you push it in and it spritzes the window. On the left side, You lift it up and you got, the windshield wiper. It goes flapper, 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 flapper. I had a kid who used to call it, the whipper shoppers. That's what he called it. He didn't call it the windshield wiper. He called it whipper shoppers. He couldn't quite. It took a while before he actually got the windshield wiper. He called it a whipper shopper. No, it's not. It's not whipper shopper. It's windshield wiper. Anyway, that's on the left column thingy. On the right column thingy, that's, steering front of the steering wheel on the column. On the right side, you press it down one time, and that engages the full self-driving, the autopilot. And you have to pay attention because it's full self-driving supervised, which means you have to, they used to call it beta, but they got off beta. When it was beta, it was actually alpha. Now it's really beta, but they call it supervised. Yeah, supervised is a fancy word meaning beta. Meaning there's a couple of wrinkles somewhere in the software. We have not found the wrinkles. The one wrinkle, I guess you could say, which I think they've already fixed, is I want the car to come into my garage and go around and around and around and then park in spot number 266. Now, somehow or other the car understands that. Cyber dope. I didn't say nope, I said dope. I'm going to exchange that N for a D. I don't know if I can do that fancy. I'll probably just erase all that cyber crap and just... Anyway, I believe that the software now has been improved where it'll actually, you can tell the car to go in the garage. The software is watching, I can tell, because it knew to go in the garage, and I didn't tell it. I did not teach it what to do, other than the fact that we drive in and out of the garage, one or more times a day. One time you drive it out of the garage, and another time you drive it in the garage. So it's at least twice a day, right? It's either coming or going. And sometimes 4 times a day. 2, 4, 6, 8. We generally put the car back in 266. And we have to get it out of the garage to get to Publix to buy our supplies. So the car knows where our parking place is. So I was right in front of the garage. I said, "Okay, Marilyn, I'm going to push down one time on this thing under the right stalk, the right hand stalk, and the stalk that's in front of the steering wheel. You got the steering wheel, and you got the stalk, and you could use your finger and just go, beep, and you push down on the stalk, which is on the same column as the steering wheel is on. It's not a button on the wheel, it's actually a stalk. They will have 2 stalks, one for the whipper shoppers and one for the, the shift doodad. You also push that, down for drive and up for reverse. But when you're actually moving, you push down on it, that engages the autopilot. I think now when you're stopped, you can just push down on it and it'll take off to to whatever directions you told it to go. If you put an address or something in the navigator, they have a thing called a navigator. You can tell the car, take me to Publix, and it'll go to Publix. It'll ask you which one. And you tell it which one. It's amazing. You talk to I'm waiting for the car to argue with me. Anyway, so I rolled up to the garage. Not in the garage. Rolled up to the entryway to the garage in our building. Palm Place. And I pushed down on the stalk one time. One ping only. And it started to go. And it drove into the garage and then made the left-hand turn to go up the first ramp. And it was navigating itself around, and it slowed down because another car was coming from the other direction, leaving the garage. And we all know that the cyber dope, the Tesla cars, have at least 7 cameras. 2 on each side, that's 2, 4. 2 in the front, facing forward, a wide angle and a telephoto or medium telephoto lens in the front. 2 separate cameras, all 5 million pixel cameras, and a rear-facing camera. So that's 2, 4, 6, and 1 is 7. Yep, 7. So it has 7 cameras looking in all directions at all times and blinking, if you will, 35 times a second. So 35 times a second, it gets high-definition video 35 times a second. And it looks at all directions simultaneously. Whereas you have to turn your head this way, turn your head that way, turn your head straight ahead. And you're in a garage, you gotta do a lot of head turning. You got in front and back, right side, left side. Gotta watch out for columns. You gotta watch out for cars coming the other direction. You gotta watch out for cars that are parked. Or at least they're not moving. But, you know, those columns can jump out and hit you. Ask Marilyn, she'll tell you. She's hit a few of them. She's tried to move a few of those columns. They don't move. Anyway, the car was actually navigating the garage. And it went right up to our parking place. And there was another car coming in the other direction. And it stopped and waited for us. But the one thing about this stupid cyber thing is it wants to back into the space. So we kind of had a Mexican standoff because I could just pull straight into the spot. So I disengaged the autopilot and I said, Marilyn, I'm just going to drive it in here because we got someone waiting for us. Being a gentleman, he's letting us park in our place. And, I'm just going to do it. For some, Tesla's back into the spaces. I guess because generally all the cords, when you plug in, are designed to, because the port for charging, starting to put a P word, it's like B words. They make your speakers go crazy. It makes a microphone and the VU meters go crazy. I got a VU meter, a volume unit meter, straight in front of me. And when I go parking place, it jumps right to red. Because I'm making too much noise in the microphone. Anyway, the cars, so they, the software drives the car. You can drive it or you can let the software drive it. And they have a fleet of like 4,000 cars that, are all robotically capable of driving themselves. And the car comes out of the factory every 35 seconds. Can you imagine? A car rolls out of the Tesla factories every 35 seconds. And when it comes out of the showroom, or not showroom, the factory, the finished, where they inspect and they wipe and there's no one in the car. And it drives off by itself when it's clear to go, I mean, it's every half a minute there's another car going out the back door of the factory. The raw materials go in the front door and the cars roll out the back door and then drive the driveways and drive around the factory property with no one in the driver's seat, of course. That would be silly. They make self-driving cars. So the software is installed, and the car drives itself out of the factory, drives around the perimeter roads of the plant, and parks itself in parking lot D, number 1327, or whatever parking space was assigned to this red Model Y with a white interior. Oh, God. Waiting to get... So that car, the master computer of the factory, knows where all the cars are because it placed them in various spots. Well, I ordered that car, and it's temporarily parked in that spot, waiting to be turned on, if you will, and then when it's told to, it drives itself over to the car carrier, which is in Lot E, spot 27, and it drives over to E27, awaiting the guy that operates the car carrier to put the car on the cart carrier. The autopilot doesn't do that. Someone's got to get in the car and drive it up the ramps and whatever the heck to get it in the car in the car carrier. I'm told that Tesla is considering having the cars drive themselves to your driveway. So all people that buy Tesla cars that happen to live in Texas, which is somewhere near the Austin, Texas factory, the cars will drive themselves to the front driveway of everybody that buys a new car. So instead of it going on the car carrier, and the car carrier drops it off to the Tesla service center, the car is going to be, hand cleaned and dusted and, made looking immaculate. And then the car gets driven right up into your driveway. Madame, your car's? And then you'll get a text message say, your car has been delivered. Enjoy. And that's the end of that. There's nothing to, you don't need to go to a dealership. You don't need to come take a look at it. There's something wrong with it, I guess. They inspect them pretty good. There's nothing wrong with them. Everything, yeah, it's perfectly beautiful. Anyway, so would they actually send my car? So maybe the car, gets put on a car carrier and it drives it to Central Point, in Florida, and they offload the cars. They get inspected and, absolutely spotless, vacuumed, washed, and detailed, if you will. And then you get a text message. Would you like to come to the service center to pick up your car, or would you like us to have the car driven to your driveway? What do you prefer, Mr. or Mrs. Wilson? And I would basically say, yeah, come on. No, we'd go get it. You know why? Because we got to drop off the lease car. Now, of course, we could just tell the lease car to go to the what do you call it? That would be. Oh yeah, and we'll send the lease car over to the service center. We'll just tell it where to go and close the door, and we'll not be in the car, and it'll drive itself over to the service center. Meantime, our new car is being driven through our driveway with no one in it. That's the future of Tesla. That's where it's going. I read that somewhere. Yeah, they haven't quite done that yet, but they're coming up to it. You know, state by state, they're waiting for the state's approval to accept the fact that the software is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times better driver than your average human driver. So why not let the car drive itself? You know, what's not to like with that? So Tesla is, I don't have an inside track into what Tesla is doing or not doing, but I would imagine, this is Jimmy guessing, that Tesla is working day and night, 7 days a week, to get its software, tweaked, if you will. It's largely there. I subscribe to this podcast by Herbert, Herbert Ong, O-N-G, Herbert Ong. It's called Brighter. So you can go to YouTube, and in the search magnifying glass thing, click on the magnifying glass and move over to the right-hand side, top right of the page, and you'll see a big search window open up. Type in there, Brighter, B-R-I-G-H-T-E-R, Brighter, like I'm going to be bright, more bright, a.k.a. Brighter, and then a space, and type in Herbert, H-E-R-B-E-R-T, space O-N-G. Type in those 3 words and you'll end up with a whole bunch of, podcasts that he has conducted. And you can click on one of those and listen to her. They talk about Tesla, everything Tesla. The robo-taxi, the robo-cab. Well, they had to figure out what the hell to call them because they can't call it by that anymore because this French, I believe, is a French. Really? Look at the end of this article. It's a matter of going to the U.S. Patent Office, Patent and Trademark Office. Unipath. Go ahead. Let's try it. U.S. trademark. M-A-R-K. U.S. trademarks. C-Y-B-E-R-C-A-B. Robo. R-O-B-O-T-A-X-I. We have all these choices down here. I'm going to pick the thing with the arrow pointing this way. U.S. trademark cybercab robotaxi. You can press on that. It's searching the web. It is car and driver. Tesla has an issue with the yeah, like they don't own the name. That's an issue. Are you kidding me? French beverage company, not files, filed. Past tense. They not only file, they have it. Whoever the hell wrote that article. Let's put it in AI mode so it'll summarize all these stupid articles written by stupid people. As of January 2026, Tesla is facing a significant legal obstacles in securing U.S. trademark for both Cybercab and Robotaxi. There it is. The AI has determined, there's my search words, U.S. trademark Cybercab, just 4 words, and this is what you get. Yep. Suspension notice. In other words, the U.S. Patent Office, Trademark Office, USPTO, officially suspended Tesla's application for Cybercab, serial number 988067888, as of November last year. Prior filings conflict. Yeah, Unibev filed first, dummy. Likelihood of confusion? No. Current standing as of December, end of the year, Unibev reportedly holds U.S. and international rights to the name. Tesla may be forced to either purchase the rights from Unibev or rebrand the vehicle. Yeah, like call it something else. Yep. Phew. What a mess. This is corporate stupid. That's what I call corporate stupid. It happens, you know. I'm going to tell you a story. This is a real life Jimmy story, something that happened to me. So, Phil Motter and myself, we're business partners. We're raising money. We're going to buy a sick bank that needs good management. So we take over as the surgeries to fix the bank. We're fixer-uppers, so to speak. But it's for the bank, so we're going to go out and buy a bank. So I went to contract to buy a bank. And, you know, with all the federal regulatory stuff you have to go through, it takes about 6 months to get through the regulatory hurdles so that Phil and myself and our proposed board of directors would be approved by the state and federal regulators, you know, to go buy a bank. So once you get federal approval, then you go, you know, of course I went to contract with a bank subject to regulatory approval, you know, and a few other 500 things. Anyway, so while we're buying the bank, during this 6-month period of time, I went to the functional equivalent of the U.S. Patent Office. It's called the State of Florida Division of Corporations. Not using any names. And filed for the name Southern Security Bank. 4 words. Yeah. 3 words. Southern Security Bank. And, you know, Southern Security Bank Corp. I filed for both those names because the name of our holding company was Southern Security Bank Corp. And the bank itself would be called, you know, once we buy the bank, it'd be called Southern Security Bank. It's not complicated. It's spelled just like everybody would spell Southern Security Bank. No tricks with any letters. They write back to me and say, Mr. Wilson, we're proud to tell you that, we're pleased to tell you that your name is unique and you may have the name and your name, you know, you now own the name Southern Security Bank and Southern Security Bank Corp. Marvelous. So I said, okay, Phil, you can go to the printer. And so Phil, make up some stationery, as we talked about. Southern Security Bank. Oh, there's the logo. That's your artist. Render the logo that you like. And, looks fine to me. You're in charge of arts and crafts. I got the approval from the state of Florida. Go print 1 billion pieces of stationery and envelopes and business cards and all this crap. Oh, God. So we're getting ready to buy the bank. The wheels are grinding forward. We flew to Atlanta. We met with the feds. We flew to Tallahassee. We met with the state of Florida. They put you through the ringer and shake you upside down and slap you this way and slap you that way. And what about this? And what about that? Oh, my God. Oh, we got approved anyway. But they slap you around a little bit. And then they say, okay. Oh, God. So then, about 4 months, 5 months into this whole thing, I get a phone call from the state of Florida, from the Division of Corporations. They say, is this Mr. Wilson with Southern Security Bank Corp? I'm like vice chairman of Southern Security Bank Corp, right? We don't own the bank yet, but so we have our titles and this and that. And, yes, this is Jim Wilson. How you doing? We made a mistake. I said, oh, really? What mistake have you made? It's really a big problem. I said, oh, gosh, what could that be? We gave you a name that you can't have. I said, oh, crap. Really? It's on the name of our applications to the state of Florida and the Federal Reserve. What do you mean you can't have the name? My name is Jimmy. I want my... Southern Security Bank is already owned by somebody else. I said, but you told me it was clear. We made a mistake. I said, holy crap. I've got thousands of dollars worth of stationery. I've got tens of thousands of dollars involved in regulatory approval, using that name as the name of our bank, once we buy the bank. What the hell are we going to do about that? I don't know. We really have a problem. I said, we really do. I think we is you. I don't have a problem. You told me it's okay. I got it in writing. And I just paid, thousands of dollars for stationery. I got piles, boxes, oh my God, envelopes, stationery, business cards, second pages, oh my God. It's all gold leaf, for God's sakes. Oh, Phil got this beauty. What are we going to do? I said, wow, we have a real problem. What are we going to do? I said, I don't know. I said, why don't you go home and measure and figure out how we're going to solve this problem? Well, this other company already has the name, and the name's on a big sign on their building. And I said, oh, nice. How many times have you done this? Never. I said, oh, I guess I won the lottery, huh? I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose my job. I swear to God. I don't know. I forget what she said, but she was really upset. And she was like the signer. She was like the final say on whether, a name is unique and you can have it. Because, this is serious business. This is not like putting the name on a box of erasers. We're buying a bank, How many bank names are there, for God's sakes? A couple thousand? It's not billions. Yep. We had to change our name to something else because they had the name somewhere else. They already gave it to somebody else. Oh, boy. So we had to change our name. And we had to change the stationery and all this stuff. Oh, my God. That's a real life story. So here, now here, it wasn't my stupid. I did everything right. The state of Florida gave two people the same name. Oh my God. There's two Jimmys out there. So at least I didn't make the mistake. You know, I'm not the division of corporations of the fourth largest state in the country. You're the fourth largest state in the country. Don't you have computers up there? And Tallahassee, oh my God, she felt so bad. All right, I'll stop talking. Crap. Tell me what do we do? Well, Mr. Wilson, you're going to have to come up with another day. This poor woman was crying on the other end. I said, let's hang up the phone. We'll talk again tomorrow, okay? Thank you for delivering this terrible news. Let me talk to my business partner. He's out right now. And I don't want to call a bunch of lawyers. Please. I'll call you back tomorrow. Thank you so much. So we hung up the phone. That was my real life story on this name crap. And here, what happened? Mr. Elon Musk, the smartest guy on the frickin' planet, they forgot to file for the name Cybercab and Robotaxi. Nice names. Unfortunately, someone else has got the names tied up. They've already paid their fee, filed their application before yours. They're in good standing with the names, and unfortunately, it doesn't say Tesla owns the names. It has Unibev, UNIBEV, a French company that makes bubblies, I don't know what the hell they make. They're a beverage company, whatever they do. I don't know if they make wines or I don't know. So now they got to go to Unibev and say, we've screwed up. We're the car company and we're making robotaxis. So we need to buy this name from you, I guess. I guess that's what the U.S. Patent Office said we have to do with you. So would you be so kind as to sell us our name? Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see if we can come up with I said, we just come up with a price. Are you the right person to talk to? Yeah, you're the right one. I said, we'll come up with a number. What number? How much do we have to pay? Put it in writing. Could you tell me what the price is that you need so that we can have Cybercab and Robotaxi names that we were counting on, and we have a factory getting ready to make a whole bunch of cars, and we want to call it that. So if you don't mind, would you come up with a price like now? Tomorrow would be fine, but now would be even better. Well, I didn't realize we had such a problem. Let's get back together in a day or two. I said, well, how about tomorrow? Okay, let's get back tomorrow. So, my name is, and I'll call you tomorrow. Thank you very much. So that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to get a whole Unibev and find out for them how much they want for a Cybercab and Robotaxi, because they own the name. I mean, it's like owning a patent, and you can buy and sell them. So they'll have to purchase the rights from Unibev, or call it something else, and do a name search and make sure someone else doesn't have it. But people have been thinking about this robo-taxi business for a long time, and apparently the French company made their application in October 2024, And then Tesla filed its same application in November, a month later. In the meantime, U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, they take these applications one by one in date order, and they came up upon Unibev's filed application first, granted them the use of the name, and then you guys filed it a month later, and that's why we're writing you a letter to say, sorry, for the potential likelihood of confusion with an existing registration. So as of December 2025, Unibev holds the rights to that name or those names. I don't know whether they own both the names or one of them. The U.S. Patent Office denied Tesla's request to trademark Robotaxi because the name was too much out there in the marketplace, and in the wisdom of the USPTO, they denied Tesla's application to trademark Robotaxi. So, in a sense, they could put Robotaxi on that good-looking vehicle they got there, but it wouldn't. It's not a. They can't use it as a trademark. Anybody else could build cars and put Robotaxi on there because it's not a trademarkable name. It's like you go in the business of making soda and you just put soda on the bottle. Well, anybody else could come up with a beverage and put soda on the bottle, and there's no conflict because the name is too out there in the marketplace, and they're not going to let you trademark a name like soda. SODA, same thing apparently with Cybercab. Now you could, I would imagine, sue, I hate to use the word, sue the U.S. Patent Office and Trademark Office. Say, hey, you got to give me exclusive rights to Cybercab. Show me where it's out there in the marketplace. Who else is using the word Cybercab? Nobody, except for us. We want that name. And they go to court and, let them provide evidence on both sides, and or Elon goes to Trump, and Trump goes to his cabinet official that, has its hands on, whoever controls the U.S. Patent Office and Trademark Office, the USPTO, and go the back door and strong arm them to give them the exclusive rights to Cybercab and trademark it. That's what they have to do. This is live here. I just did a thingy on it. This is not like written by anybody. This is a search in the. Yeah, see, there's Cybercab trademark status, and here's Robotaxi. Separate little write-up created by the AI, artificial intelligence. They searched everything, see? So you can look at the two applications they got. One is suspended because Cybercab already has it. On the Cybercab. And Robotaxi, application denied. It is deemed merely descriptive. nearly descriptive and generic. That's what they called it. Merely, what do you call it? Oh, God. So they need to have a ruling on that with a little strong arm. I don't know how else, you could keep using that name. So you could do your own search, but this is the result you're going to get. According to Google, who searched 147 different sources. Anyway, so that's the end of that topic. Let's move on. I sent this to... No, I didn't send this. I'm going to. They're talking about all this stuff. I told them, hey, Herbert, talk about this. What do you guys think about this? Stupid. Stupid is, stupid does. Cybercab, and Robotaxi. Do a little print screen on this. Stick this brighter. This is called stupid. There ain't nothing brighter about this one. Both those names are... One doesn't qualify, and one is already taken. Terrible. Yep, there we go. Trademark status. Right from the USPTO. Ouch. I had the same thing happen to me. But I wasn't on the stupid side. I was on the smart side. But, they were begging me to do something about it, or else they would just have to sue, someone would have to pay. What would happen is that the state of Florida would pay a penalty to us. And, I just, I live in the state of Florida. I'm going to sue the state of Florida. They made a mistake. The lady's going to get fired. We'd end up with a settlement check of, $1 million or something. We didn't do it. We just gave up. Let's go back to my photos thing. Anyway, so it's cyber nope. It's cyber dope. Yuck. What a mess. Holy mackerel. Yeah, I haven't heard Brighter talking about that. That's pretty important stuff in my book. Oh, by the way, if you get such a signal like this on your iPhone or your iPad or your MacBook or whatever, you're screwed. Because if this signal comes to you, you have been hacked. According to the Google warns, if you get this email, you're screwed. Blued and tattooed. Yeah, you don't want to see that again. One more time, I'll show it to you. Have that indelibly into your brain. And what you do is, if you get that message, you got to shut down that email. And, delete everything or hide it, because it's been hacked. All those emails are being read by some source, computing alternate intelligence will be going through that and sifting out all your bank names, and God forbid you have a password or something in your emails. Anyway, artificial intelligence is scanning your emails if you see anything like that. So, putting you on fair warning. Yeah, as a friend of this podcast. Speaking about more friendly things, let me get to it. It would be this right here. There we go. What are we talking about? We're talking about Mega Millions. And Mega Millions is drawn, Mega Million prize, the pulling of the ping pong balls. Sorry for the P and the B words. Tonight, at 10:59 p.m. and a half, they're going to pull the Friday Mega Millions drawing with an estimated jackpot of $199 million. Not 200, not 98, $199 million lotto. Yeah, the $180 million lotto, which pulled on Tuesday, has rolled over for not another week, so Tuesday's Mega Millions is now tonight. So the prize money gets rolled over, and people are buying tickets like crazy, jumping the $180 million, another $19 million bucks to $199. So you see the yellow, follow the yellow brick road. So can I get the column captions? There they are. Also in yellow on the top. So you got two bands, as you can see right there. $199 million drawing winner, if you're the only winner of this lottery. You can take the $199 million over 30 payments, or you can have the lump sum. Notice the lump sum before the 37% federal tax is $91,400,000. So you can pull the plug on that and accept the $91 million cash prize. Okay. After tax, that's $57,582,000. So your lump sum. So therefore, your $199 million Mega Millions lump sum after tax, $57.582 million. $57 million is a lot. That's after tax cash. That's in your checkbook or multiple checkbooks. Divide it by 5 and put $10 million in each bank. You'll be an important bank client if you all of a sudden showed up with a $10 million bank account as an individual person. Yep. The alternative is you accept the lottery's offer. You had the cash value, or you can take annual payments. The first payment you would receive would be $2,995,000. 2.995. That's almost $3 million. That would be your initial payment. You get that day one. You don't have to wait for that. It is an annual annuity, but you'd start off with getting a payment of $2.995, we estimate. And then a year from now, assuming, let's say you do the lottery and turn it in tomorrow, hurry up, get to Tallahassee, get your picture took, get that 57. Now, we're going to take the annuity, but if you take the annuity, they'll write you a check for $2.995, credit your account, I don't know how they do it. And then a year and a day from now, you get a check for $3,144,000. And then a year after that, you get a check for $3.3 million. Notice how it's growing. It grows at 5%. And it's compounding. So 2,995 grows to 3.144. Now there's no compounding there because it's the first year. But see, now the second year grows, it's 5%, it's 105% of 3.11, not 2.995. So that's the first one with compounding of the interest. And it grows. After 10 payments, I did a spreadsheet so we know. The payment grows to $4,600,000. 4646, actually. Sorry for the flicker there. Yeah, because it's compounding, 5%. So $29.99.95 becomes $4.6 million. Annual payments. This is the end. I got all 30 payments. Here's the last bunch of 10. This is 21 through 30. We got 11,000,001. This is the 28th year, or the 27th year, 28th payment. Just remember you got one day one. And then 11,000,007 is the next one. And then the final payment in year 29 would be 12,228. Now, all these calculations, we added them all up, and it turned out to be $199,009. So we overpaid by $9 with this estimation. In which case, that last check would be reduced by $9, so that it ends up to be $199 million exactly. All these lotteries have been done. They've been spreadsheeted out, and if the $180 million lottery if it was won, it would have paid out $19 too much, $17 too much for the other lottery, and $41 not enough. They'd have to increase that last check by $41 so that it would add up properly. That's how close, these lottery people have a lot of statistics. So when they estimate a jackpot, they're usually pretty good at it. If they err in conservatism. Here we go. I just told Marilyn I'll call her back. Text me your issue. Since I'm podcasting with a P. All right, so we're going through Lotto Mania here. And there's the Mega Millions. I started tracking Mega Millions since it was at the 100 million mark on December 23rd. And it rolled over to 125. No one won, it rolled over to 138. It rolled over on January 2nd to 157 million. No one won. January 6th, it was 180 million. No one won. It rolled over to 199. And here we are today. It's January 9th. Tonight is the polling, the determination if there was a winner based on current ticket sales. You hear me opening up my secret envelope. And I have there we go. I have my Mega Millions ticket. Yep. So we'll see what happens. You never know. You can't win if you don't buy a ticket, right? You have to buy a ticket. Now your chances of winning is slim and none. It's like over 200 million to one shot. That's like people in many countries. 200. It's like 290 million to one. I mean, the odds are like so ridiculous because the lottery numbers are so. Goes up to, I don't know, each ball is, 1 to 70 or 1 to, I don't even know what the ball limits are. And the Powerball or the Mega Millions ball, whatever they call it. I don't know how many balls there are. That'll be my next thing to you. So let's, there we go. Should I get a, anyway, so this is what we're talking about. The Mega Millions and their yellow ball. They don't call it Powerball, they call it something else. Maybe it's just Mega Millions ball. I don't know. But now we're dealing with, there we go. January 9th. It's Friday, it's 3:03 p.m. Buy, sell, whatever. You roll the dice and do something. Tesla's at 446, and the Dow is up 258 at this delayed moment at 49,525. Let's check out Tesla company. The world is all upset because Trump plucked a dictator out of his country and put him in U.S. jail because he's sending poison over to our country every day. And so he's on trial for drug charges, weapons charges. Let's see how that goes. There's a new Model Y. Looks pretty good. They've re-engineered that front. Looks different than the car we have. Order now. We're playing. Because I really don't want one now, but I just want to show you what it looks like when you go online. I'm centering this thing because there we go. The window of look. There we go. Clips it there. All right, so now we're in the middle. So you can see everything I can see. And premium, you know, it's a standard. They have different words for these now. All-wheel drive. No, standard is rear wheel only. That's how they started making them. A lease, you know, without any goodies. There's not much goodies to pick from. It's $525 a month. Oh, that's finance. What is lease? $479. Yeah, cheaper to lease. We lease. I always lease. That way, at the end of 3 years, you turn the car and get another one. You know, you're always under warranty because it's a 4-year warranty. So you turn the car in 3 years. As long as you're not hot rodding all over town, the tires should be good. Driving out in southern Florida. Okay, so the standard is $479 a month. The premium is all-wheel drive. No, we have standard rear-wheel drive. Look at this. I got to back up so my glasses are. Let me put my glasses in focus here. Rear-wheel drive premium. That's interesting. Never heard of that before. And then we have premium all-wheel drive. Is $100 a month more than that. So now we're at $650 a month. And performance all-wheel drive. Now, special brakes and it's a $5,000. The front engine has more horsepower to it. View and compare features. All right, let's try that. Let's see what happens when you touch that one. And there you go, standard. What do they make it difficult. So there's what it looks like. The standard. Here's premium. Oh yeah, so you see the headlight business? Let's see how that changes. It's more of a light bar that goes all the way across. Yeah. That's what's going on. And performance is probably, you got the rear wheel brake, you got this little doodad, you know, in the calipers of the brakes. There's a lot more to it than that. Anyway, so the premium has this light bar. You got TV in the back, special seating. Refined interiors. Got a 15-inch screen in the front and a touch screen also in the back for adjusting your air conditioning and whatever you want to adjust. Everything. Max connectivity. Premium suspension. That's important. Invisible speakers. Acoustic glass all around. Whoops, sorry. So that's the comparison. So we're going to hypothetically pick all-wheel drive instead of the rear-wheel drive. It's $100 a month. According to that, we're going to pick the ultra red paint, which quite frankly is beautiful. Yep. And we're going to pick the white interior. It adds another 100. The red adds 2,000. The white adds 1,000. And we move right down here to the end of this story. Warranty, see, 4-year everything, and 8-year on the battery, and the motors, drivetrain. And if you like that, $693 a month lease. If we pick the, not too sure what the difference is between, let's just take standard rear wheel. That's curious. You have a few less miles of range with the standard rear wheel and the premium rear wheel. All right. Red paint. White interior. So with the premium rear wheel, you got 357 miles of range, top speed of 125, more than enough. 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, 5.4 seconds. That's fine. You don't need it, unless you're a hot rodder, you don't need it. You don't need it. What the hell? That's it. You want it? You hit Apple Pay or you hit order, and it'll fill out your credit card information, and it'll take you, what's the availability? 3 to 5 weeks, depending on transportation and so forth. This is what it looks like. So that's how I just wanted to see what kind of, what's going on with that. Let's go back to the pictures. Buy, sell is the rolling of the dice. You don't want to roll the dice on figuring out what to do. But there are people that are recommending some of these: NVIDIA, Apple, Alphabet, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, Meta platforms, whatever that means. Rumor has it that future editions of the operating system, Apple's operating system, is going to include these 9 new logos, and specifically the butterfly and the green pickle. You got an eraser, you got a fireball, and you got a Grinchy face there. Anyway, I put a blue box around the butterfly and the pickle. Here's the names. The emojis that have become available to us. We have Vice President Vance traveled to Iceland, and now that we got this Maduro thing going, Trump is thinking about buying Greenland from the Danish. They own it, and it's a self-governed territory. So I'm sure the Danish are wondering what Trump is going to do about Iceland, because Trump really wants to deal with Iceland, because it's way up there towards the North Pole, and we need it to keep an eye on the Russians. So look at this. The media is trying to put up this Minnesota lady as just a housewife with 3 or 4 kids. And yeah, she's turns out Renee Good, who was shot dead after she tried to run into an ICE officer. Yep. Well, that's a deadly force vehicle. When you step on the gas and aim at an ICE guy, he thinks he had to shoot her, or else he would have been injured, or his co-workers would have been injured. So that's what they wear, those guns for a reason. Just do what they say. When they say stop and get out of the car, stop and get out of the goddamn car. Don't do what she did, unless you don't want to live. Anyway, so that's why you see when I expanded that article, or that insert, so you could read what's going on. Okay, that's that. Here's Maduro. Yep, he's all bollocksed up and being escorted right into court. So he was. Phew. Now we're trying to find out if we have U.S. senators that took kickbacks from Venezuela in exchange for God knows what. What else? The head of our Treasury Department admits the major oil companies aren't interested in Venezuela. Yeah, I mean, there's, they have shareholders. When these dictators took over, they confiscated, all the assets owned by these oil companies. So when Trump or whoever goes to the oil company and says, hey, hop on board, guess what? According to what I've been reading, not so fast. They're going to want, they don't need to borrow money. They got more money than God himself. They're selling oil to everybody, so they're flush with cash, big time. Yeah, they want guarantees. I invest money in pipes, drilling, manpower, I want assurances, that some other dictator isn't going to take over the country, and I lose my assets again. Whether it's drilling rigs, personnel, expertise, who gets the well itself if it hits? Because that's a deal I'd made with that's a deal you really don't have the right to make, because the oil is owned by, the U.S. is going to control some of that oil. We'll buy the oil and the money will go to Venezuela. Now the question is, we're not going to take every dollar, and we're not going to give every dollar up either, because, we spent money, a lot of money, with the months of planning and there were like thousands of people involved with this takeover. They snatched this guy. Yeah, there he is in the handicappies. I'm looking back in my Tesla's working on, they're getting, Elon needs 10 billion miles needed for safe, unsupervised driving. No, who calculated that number? All right, let's copy that. We'll highlight that, and let's do the same thing we did with let's hit that button right there and see who determined that. We're going to go to AI mode. Just read 900 articles on January 8th. Elon announced that Tesla needs approximately 10 billion miles of real-world training data to achieve safe, unsupervised, full self-driving status, or key details regarding this update. You can read along with this article. Speed reading this article. right. That's the story. You see it there in black and white. Literally. Okay. All right. That's the full self-driving dilemma. They need someone. We don't know who rang the bell. It's at 10 billion is what we need. Here's the rest. Yeah, here's the top end of this. There we go. Oops. Do a print screen on this. I love print screens, as you guys know. Oops. Oh, here it is over here. Way over there. There we go. Come down here. There we go. All right. That'll be some more things to worry about. They don't get to 10 billion until July of this year. Oh, Elon said they need approximately 10 billion miles of real-world data. On January 8th, they only have 7 billion, so they're 3 billion short. So they won't get that extra 3 billion until July. Well, how does that affect robo-taxi? Yeah. So they know the data they have. Okay, they'll get there. In the meantime, we're gonna be done. It's 3:30. It's time to figure out, start to organize your next week and pack up your stuff for the weekend. Yep. This is the latest in commemorative coins. Yeah, we'll do that another day. So you all have a great weekend. It's Friday. Good luck on Mega Millions, if you're so inclined. Robo-taxi, robo-cab, oh my God, what a mess. Now, that's what happens. Here's one of the covers for the New York Post. This lady rammed it. I mean, these people are trained. This anti-government stuff. They're training these people on how to be antagonists. She pushed it a little too far, and she got herself dead. And they put up these nice pictures. Yeah, she's a monster. And she got, she unfortunately got shot. Don't get in the way of these ICE officers. They're not to be touched. That's the rule. This was in Maryland a few years ago. Yeah. 1980 something. There you go. There's the last 10 years of the annuity, if you were to choose annuity. How would you get the cash value? Get that $59 million in cash. I'm searching for it. There it is. $57 million after cash, after tax. That's the magic number right there. That is the lump sum after tax. And there's the lump sum before tax. Just so you can see. Uncle Sam gets 37% of your winning. That means you get 63% of the winning. Somehow or other that doesn't seem fair, but those are the tax laws. Yeah, you gotta bend over for 37%. Because now you're the ultra wealthy. Now you get 57 million. It's not a bad way to have begin your retirement program. That's what happens when if you were to win tonight's, and you're the sole winner of tonight's Mega Million. Or does it roll over to Tuesday? Let's just, we want a winner. Come on. 199 million's enough. But these things keep rolling, they keep rolling over because the odds of winning it are so small that it keeps rolling over. Eventually someone pops it. You know, how many times is it going to roll over? Now, when I picked this up at 100 million, there's a couple of rollovers to get to that. This was not the first jackpot after that $1 billion winner, which I don't think that winner has disclosed himself yet. Well, he's meeting with his attorneys and accountants. Yeah, you need an attorney, an accountant, and a financial advisor just to clog your head with all these different things. 57 million. Just put it in my checkbook and go home. Buy gold. Yeah. Buy 10 million in gold. Just so you have some safety in case the currency goes to hell for some reason, or God knows what. You can go anywhere in the world with gold. Yep. With that 10 million in gold, have it in several places. Matter of fact, buy more gold. You can't spend all that money anyway. And you let people inherit gold. And since it's going to be bullion coin, they can figure out how to cash it. They don't have enough money to figure out how to do that. I'll tell them. I will tell them. Yes, I will. What do we got going here with Tesla? test of full self-driving in South Korea. All right, I think we're done. You all have a great day. It's 3:38 p.m. I've been yakking here about 2 hours. I'm getting ready for Friday. My blood sugar is at 94. That's good. I can see it right here. There's the graph. Yeah. That works. Up and down, up and down. It was off the charts at 1 o'clock after. Someone's in Marcus. Someone's in Maryland's parking spot. All right, I got something to do. I'll talk to you maybe tomorrow morning. If not, I'll see you Sunday or Monday. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.